Joining me now on the Daily Ledger Page 5 beat from Nashville, Tennessee, economic analyst, hedge fund manager, and contributor to Forbes and other major publications, Thomas Landstreet. Tom, truth is, it's 48,000 are on strike right now. That's about 15% of the total universe of the UAW right now, which is only a fraction of what the UAW was 10, 20 years ago, which kind of goes back to my original point. I don't know that these workers need a UAW anymore.
Well, by the way, also the average annual reimbursement for a factory worker is about $60-something thousand or $29 an hour, which is obviously very good wages. If I were GM, I'd outsource to China or Mexico right away. Wait a minute. They can't do that, can they? I believe that that's why outsourcing happened in the first place.
Yeah.
Companies don't just uproot their businesses and their factories and move as far away as China unless they're pushed there. And they're pushed there by unions, minimum wages, and all the labor regulations that you just cited. So we've been repulsing companies. We are still doing it, apparently.
Yeah, and this situation with Iran is interesting in terms of oil. And oil production and oil exports. There's the typical knee-jerk reaction on the market right now. The Brent crude is up significantly, and we'll probably see a pop at the pumps pretty soon here. But it reminds us that the United States is now a net oil exporter. And then a lot of that export crude is spoken for. So the president is releasing some of the reserves to try and take the load off in case this 5% that's suddenly missing on the market is significant. You don't want the prices to explode too high. But the bottom line is we may not be a net exporter much longer if a Democrat gets in the White House and some of these cockamamie plans they have, among others, to end fracking. The very reason why we are oil independent now is because of fracking, and these Democrat candidates want to end it.
Well, by the way, can I tell you that it's not just the Democrats, Graham? Remember, neither party has a monopoly on bad ideas, and we've been restricting oil production for many years, including both Bushes. Few people realize that HW and W both implemented significant restrictions on seeking oil in the Outer Continental Shelf, the Eastern Gulf of Mexico. Alaska used to be the #1 oil-producing state. It's now #9. They're not giving out drilling permits in those areas anymore. So it's not just the Democrats, but you're right. They'll shut down fracking. Fracking, in my opinion, is an end run around government regulations that are restricting access to oil in conventional areas, including, again, the Outer Continental Shelf, Alaska, national parks, the Eastern Gulf. It would be a catastrophe. In fact, if we had had Democrats' restrictive policies in place today, oil prices would be up much more than 12%, Graham. It'd be actually a national crisis.
If Hillary had won the election, absolutely. The Republicans, somebody in the oil industry has to just do a little bit of a modification in terms of marketing here. Change the name from fracking to maybe shale recycling. That sounds a heck of a lot better. Shale recycling, and then maybe the environmentalists will leave it alone. Thomas, thank you.
Want to see more videos like this? Click on the link below and subscribe to One America News on YouTube, and call your cable provider and kindly demand that One America News is added to your lineup. Call and subscribe today.